Make the ultimate survivor. Started back when I was about 4 years old. So I was with some friends walking through this suburban neighborhood. I saw this little baby bird that had fallen out of its nest. I climbed through the fence and went over to rescue it. This old woman comes charging out of her backyard. Comes after me with a broom and says, "What do you think you're doing?" Without missing a beat, I looked up at her and I said, "I'm king of the animals, and I have to put this baby bird back in its nest." Now, she got a sly look on her face and said, "Well, I didn't realize who you were." As little as I was, I climbed up in that tree with a baby bird in one hand and put it back in its nest. I always loved that moment. Because it seemed like I've always felt that way about nature, and nature's always treated me like I was. There was this other time I was up on Skyline Drive about 12 at night with some friends, and we came around a corner. There was a car on the side of the road, and across the road from it was an animal that looked like a bear cub. I assumed it had been hit by a car, so I got out to see if it was okay. It turned out to be this huge beaver. Now, I'd never met a beaver before, so I went over and laid down next to it and started talking to it. After about 5 minutes, the fellow in the car opened up the door and started walking over to us. That beaver leaps up, beating his tail on the ground and growling, and chased him back into his car. Then calmly comes back over and sits down next to me. About 5 minutes go by, he opens the door up and steps out, and the minute his foot hit the ground, that beaver was up, growling, slapping its tail on the ground, and chased him back in. He got in the car and left, and I've never ever known why that beaver chose to honor me like that. But it just seems like out there in nature, I've had this gift that seems to border on mystical. And that's why I think I'd be the ultimate survivor.